Jason, why don't you take us to the next one that we're discussing here?
Okay, all right. As people can aware now, there are a lot of first of all, the San Diego Comic Con is happening in the end of July, and there's a lot of news in the entertainment industry that coming out, and not only that, a lot of movie trailers are coming out prior to the Comic Con. So maybe we can just go through some of them and talk about our feelings towards it, our thoughts about it. First one is also the biggest one that come out throughout the month. We have the trailer for the Avengers Doomsday, and the trailer was fairly clear that uh, I don't know how I feel how I feel about the story because the trailer shows the Doomsday as the main villain, and he's sort of the main character. Like stories are all happening around him, but I just felt that the story, first of all, it's I'm a little bit worried because a lot of characters are in this Avengers film. You know, several characters from other Marvel universe are happening in here, but I felt that this movie were built a little bit weaker than the previous one because a lot of characters are from the some of them from the TV series, some of them are from the not so successful films. So I just felt it's kind of awkward that a lot of characters who don't know each other and meeting for the first time. It's gonna be a little bit weird, and the build up one might be weaker. Like how the people from Fantastic Four, how will they react when they facing the guys from Thunderbolts, or the guys from Wakanda, you know, that kind of thing. So, but it's definitely interesting. Uh, what do you think about it, Sam?
Well, obviously, this is kind of a Hail Mary attempt by Marvel, or at least the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Um, for for this to occur, you really have to set it up across a lot of movies, and Marvel just didn't have time for that. So I agree with you that it seemed kind of random for someone who's not a fan. I mean, this Doomsday trailer and the story is loosely based on one of the comic books main event, the Secret War.
Yes, it
So
was.
you really have to have a background in order to understand what's going on. But I think I think Doomsday and Secret War is going to basically help the Marvel Cinematic Universe determine and gauge how they're going to move forward. Now, I know that they're also going to be, we're going to discuss the announcement happening from the San Diego Comic Con, but they're definitely more focused on releasing quality over quantity. And with these next few announced movies and project, we're definitely going to see that. Now, I'm a bit of a optimistic for these kind of things, I guess, because I do want them to do well, but also at the same time I understand that from a casual movie, yeah, I guess consumer, I'm not gonna fully understand it. And it's one of those movies that I'll have to come back, either rewatch the movie again to fully understand it, or I'm going to have to watch a YouTube video and allow someone else to explain it to me because this is a lot of comic book character. There's a lot of backstories that you gotta understand to fully grasp the idea. And even then, even if you have in-depth knowledge about the comic book character, that doesn't necessarily translate to the movie version of the character. And now that you got the multiverse versions thrown in, there's just a lot of things that you're gonna have to make your own judgment and decide how it works for you.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of problems leading into this movie. Oh, I forgot to ask Sam. From like what Marvel TV shows or movie have you watched since the Phase 4 or Phase 5, and or maybe what movies TV shows you haven't watched?
Well, I haven't watched any of the Marvel TV shows. I felt like a lot of them didn't really have very interesting plot line, I guess. Like I understand that to fully understand the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you do have to watch kind of everything, but they butchered a lot of what I think would have made really good movies. Like the Secret Invasion with Nick Fury, I
Oh,
felt
that one
that
was the worst. That one was the
that
worst.
that one was really badly handled compared to the comics. And I think they basically butcher a very potential good movies. And again, it's one of those another cornerstone of an area unexplored, and they're just rushing things is what I find. All these TV shows, they're just rushing it and hope that you consume it because you know it, it's a very expansive universe that they're trying to create and expand, and things only get more expensive, actors only get paid more, crew member get paid more, so it's like the Titanic, it's sinking and they need money, they need our money. And I think people are wise to the idea now that we're voting with our dollars, and if it doesn't really match up to what we think it's worth it, people are not going to tune in. It's not only investing in your money, but invest your time in this as well. So people are being very choosy about what they want to enjoy.
Ooh, quite a rant. Yeah, I agree with you. This like from previous Avengers, people they already introduced like Captain America or Thor. That's why they make you care about these characters in Avengers. In this one, like people, I don't think a lot of people will care about um, characters such as stories like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Secret Invasion, or even She-Hulk. And
Oh, God.
those are horrible characters, that horrible stories that ruin the characters, and iconic storylines such as Secret Invasion, where they totally screw up the scrolls,
Yeah,
uh, which has a lot of potential because it itself is it can go into the next chapter with them being the dominant or the prominent characters, and they just screw up the story. So I, 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 I don't know. I don't really have faith in Doomsday, other than the fact they bring back a lot of uh, old iconic actors back. So they try to win people back with this, with Robert Downey Jr. or with the X-Men crew and all that. So I don't know. The story, the build up is seems I don't really see a lot of confidence about it. But maybe they can show us a good time with the movie magic, I guess. So we'll have to wait and see in the end of this year. Um, yeah, Doomsday. I don't know. I hope it's good because uh, for me, I think it only served purpose as like a prequel to a more important movie, which is the Secret Wars. So I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna handle this, but we can only wait and see. Yeah, I think that's the one of the main trailers that come out from Marvel. From DC, we have trailers come out. First is the movie Clayface. It's one of the Batman's villain, as if people don't know with it. As a player who finished Arkham and Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, what do you think about this movie and about the Clayface?
well, I have been saying this for years that incorporating Clayface into a Batman movie should have been done a long time ago. So I'm glad that Clayface is getting his roses. But also at the same time, again, this is just one another example where it really hinges on whether or not it can stand on its own. I understand that Joaquin Phoenix Joker, the first one, did really well, but when they tried to make a sequel, it just became such a terrible idea. I mean, to turn it into a musical and kind of have the ambiguous is Lady Gaga playing Harley Quinn or is she not? I mean, that's just all up to interpretation of the viewer. But lastly, we also have to look at something that I mean, how many people are actually familiar with Clayface? If you don't watch the animated series from the 90s, if you don't play the Arkham games, and you certainly don't read the comics, is the casual moviegoer going to tune in for a not as established Batman villain?
Uh, for me, I didn't know about Clayface until I watched some people play Arkham. I was also confused him with some other villain characters that also a little bit gooey and a massive big guy. So I don't really know Clayface's origin story, so to speak. But the trailer looks good. It's not from DC universe. I misspoke. It's more of the Batman, the Batman universe where they try to build like a Batman thing. Um, so I don't know.
What I,
Maybe from the trailer looks alright. So I don't know.
what
Maybe
I fear about this one is same thing with when they try to do Venom and the Sony's universe of the villains. You had the Venom, Madam Web, Craven and all that stuff. I really hope DC is not just following this formula and hoping that they can capitalize on this because again, you just can't do it thinking that just because it's based on an established comic book hero that you can start introducing these villain story and people are going to watch. Again, people are being wise with their time and money. You got to know what you're doing with it.
yeah. And this Clayface, I don't think there are a lot of uh, popular trendy actors in it, so it really are count on its story and its quality. Unlike movies such as Morbius, where at least there are a lot of memes come out of that movie, and also they have like Jared Leto and Matt Smith in the cast, so at least it will create some buzz. In this one, uh, I don't know. It's really they have to deeper into the stories and make it entertainment, I guess. Um, we not only have movie trailers, we also have the TV show trailers, such as the Lantern or Lantern Corps, where the trailer drops. And I think it's a HBO series, and there are several Green Lantern appear in the shows, and from the trailer looks pretty decent. It's definitely more down to earth, and it's about one of the uh, original Green Lanterners trying to teach or tutor the new guy. So, are you familiar with the comics or the source material?
I gotta say for Green Lantern, I'm not familiar with it. Mainly because there's just too many Green Lanterns to follow.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, because I see the movie version, the Green Lantern in Superman, or it's also appear in the trailer. So maybe they are still trying to build up the DC universe thing. Uh, Again, we have to wait and see because I heard that this project was made a long time ago, but they sort of a flip flop whether they want to make a movie or a TV series. They didn't decide to make a TV series, so it looks alright. Maybe they try to expand the thing and uh, I mean the reputation was ruined by Ryan Reynolds a long time ago, so maybe we'll see if they can rebuild it. Um, there's also a new series it's about Lord of the Rings. but I think from the trailer itself, it doesn't look very promising because it was a part of stories that relatively unheard of, but like a spin-off, and the casting was kind of from the look of the trailer, the casting is kind of weird looking, I guess.
Well, I think the time for Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones have really,
It's past,
really away.
long gone.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if it's good, I mean, the product should show for itself. But yeah, I mean, I think people are now moving on to newer stuff that is kind of away from the Lord of the Ring and Game of Thrones, that kind of era.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones I can understand because I felt that the producer were fumbled about the end of the Game of Thrones, so but they still have a lot of materials they can work with. So the House of the Dragon and the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, it still look decent, despite the fact that people might complain about the sort of little bit change a little bit stuff from the old materials, but overall it's good quality. This Lord of the Rings series is relatively unheard of, and it's I don't know who asked for it, so I don't know. I don't really have confidence about it at all. It's more of a Hollywood doesn't have the balls to create new IPs, so they have to keep making not remakes, spin-off. This, even though there's no really good material or no good expectation from it. Not only Lord of the Rings, we also have like new movies from the I think it's what's it called, uh the one with Harrison Ford. What's the movie called? Damn it, I forgot. Uh, you remember the movie with Ryan Gosling and Batista and Harrison
Blade
Ford?
Runner,
Yes, that's right.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Yeah, there's a new Blade Runner movie coming out. Blade Runner 2099 or something. Again, it's like who asked for this movie or this project? I don't really know.
Well,
And they have a good casting as well. So
I will say Blade Runner has always been a kind of movie that doesn't do well at the box office, but become a cult classic in the end. I have watched the original Blade Runner back from so many years ago, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I haven't had a chance to watch the Blade Runner for the 2049, I believe, but
yes,
I hear some good things, and it doesn't deviate too much from what the original have set out to do. But again, this is one of those situations where you gotta ask yourself, are they too afraid to create new IP, so they're banking on old ones, and in the sense that they basically turn a franchise from something really good to something terrible.
yeah. I mean, I think Blade Runner. The fascinating thing about this thing is the concept where it introduced the cyberpunk and the whole human replicant concept of the story. I think the second movie is fine. It sort of ties some of the loose ends from the first one, but I think it just overexposed the story to it, and it makes a little bit more uh not as fascinating as before. So, but then again, like I mentioned, they really Hollywood really don't have idea to create new IP. So they just keep making spin-offs. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. They have I think the cast they have Michelle Yeoh and they have Hunter Schafer. One of the it's relatively very good cast, but I just wonder how to tell this story this time. And not only that, we have the another spin-off from the famous IP, Resident Evil movie, which the director comes out and say that he intended to make a sort of a spin-off. what happened elsewhere in the Raccoon City. So it already has a lot of controversial and a lot of buzz discussion about whether it should be true to the source material, the game. But from the trailer looks good, but I don't know. Maybe I just hope it doesn't turn out to be another Silent Hill 2.
I hope so too. With these video game IPs, you really hope that that's not the case. But so far, based on what the trailer, I think some of the ideas were introduced as promising. But again, it's a trailer, so I can't really gather too much from it. But you know, in this time of day, I mean, what would another bad Resident Evil movie look like? Welcome to Raccoon City. So I mean, it is what it is.
Is the one with Lance Reddick in it, or that's the
Uh,
other different one?
that's the
That's the
one with Kea Scodelario, or I believe the girl that a lot of people at the time thought looked like the Bella Swan actress Kristen Stewart.
yeah, yeah, that one, the one with a lot of main characters in it, right? Claire,
Yes.
Jill, Leon, a bunch of main characters all jammed up. Last Riddick one is, I think it's the whether Netflix or something. That's a different series from different company. But yeah, I don't either of them are really good, so to speak. This one is more of a loose spin-off where they only use the names and locations and stuff, but all the stories are brand new. Yeah, from the trailer looks good, but also from the trailer itself, Silent Hill 2 looks good, and we all know how it turns out. So I just hope they don't butcher the stories. I mean, Resident Evil is coming back this year or two, so I hope they do well. And is there any other movie trailers come out that grab your attention?
I wouldn't say movie trailers, but let's not forget both of us are really anticipating the new Spider-Man movie coming out end of July.
Yes.
And please look forward to us reviewing that.
Yeah,
I
you
I'm a
got your
bit
tickets.
50-50 on it, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I got the tickets for I think it's I was intending to get the midnight showings, but it's kind of hard to get back home, so I got it on this release days afternoon showings. That is on 29th on my part, so maybe I can watch it and maybe give you my thoughts briefly before our next session. Uh, after after all those discussion from the trailers, now we go into the former ones. We're going for the San Diego Comic Con, where they already announced stuff. They already pushed out like a new trailer for Avengers Doomsday and all that. But in the Comic Con, they also announced several projects in the future. First of all, is the Ghost Rider, and starring Ryan Gosling. So like a new Ghost Rider from the Marvel universe is coming out. Um, are you familiar with the stories, or are you looking forward to it?
I'm a little bit familiar with Ghost Rider. I have watched both of the Nicolas Cage one, and I again for like a superhero, it's a fun watch. I do hope that the Ryan Gosling one will bring some more depth to the character. But again, it's for me the Marvel Cinematic Universe is in an interesting territory now. So if I think they do well for it, that's great. If they don't, it is what it is. So I'm excited for them, but I also don't have my hopes up for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot of hopes for Ryan Gosling. I don't really like his, because all his characters are, I mean, you're looking good and handsome and hot. I don't see complex characters from him yet. Um, And also, I'm not familiar with the comics. I don't know who's who's the antagonist in the comic books, and whether this is gonna be another origin stories or they're gonna introduce him into the Marvel universe. It's a lot of unknown for me, so I don't know. I'm a little bit indifferent about this project. And after that, we have another announcement. So it's for Black Panther 3, and they announced the new T'Challa actors to play, I believe, the son of the previous Black Panther.
Yep. And again, they are casting a relatively younger one. So at the same time, as one of those situations where some people have theorized that by the end of Doomsday or Secret Wars, there may be a time skip. So yeah, it's interesting how the new Black Panther is going to be. They certainly didn't look like they want to have Shuri as the new Black Panther, even though I don't think that's anything wrong. But they obviously are working towards something.
Yeah, it seems that Marvel is gonna rebuild the universe, or maybe like a new generation of actors, play the younger version of the existing characters, or maybe the younger version of the X-Men. So they try to rebuild the whole thing. And I can understand they try to move away from Sherry because a lot of stories is around Black Panther and his relationship with other outside characters. It's a little bit hard for Shuri, and the fact that she plays Black Panther's part in the second films already is temporary at best. So um, again, I just don't know because I don't know if the new universe like what's the main conflict or what's the main villain is gonna be for them. So we just only have to wait and see. Um, is there any other interesting stories from Comic Con that you want to talk?
Um, Not necessarily. I mean, I've been out of the loop for new comics book for a long time, and there definitely is a lot of comic books that were announced. I don't know how in depth you are aware with Marvel and DC comics, but I'll give you the rundown and the primary reason why I don't follow any of this right now. So, pop quiz for anyone that know this. In the Marvel comic continuity, if you will, do you know who is the host of Venom right now?
It's not Eddie Brock.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Is that the third or fourth Venom now?
It doesn't matter about the I
Order.
guess host. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know who Carnage's host is.
That's Cletus Cassidy, but that in itself is a nightmare. I'll just give it
What a
straight to
mess,
you,
huh?
folks. It's Mary Jane Watson,
Oh
as
shit.
in Peter Parker's girlfriend. Long story short, a lot of people are not happy with that, and that's only one angle of why a lot of things are not driving up to the fans' expectation. At one point or another, the Green Goblin was Spider-Man, while Peter Parker's Spider-Man was out in space doing space adventures. So, yeah, the current landscape for Marvel is not good. DC has introduced the Absolute Universe, and what that means was Darkseid, which is one of the more prominent universal bad guy of the DC universe. Think of him as Thanos of Marvel universe, if you will. Darkseid basically has created this universe where the absolute, I guess, evil takes kind of over, and it's a lot harsher for the established heroes like Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman to establish themselves as heroes. So the absolute universe is separate from the continuity of the actual universe. and they basically changed the origin of these heroes and give them different looks and whatnot. Help sell the toys, blah blah blah. And right now, absolutely, Batman supposedly is doing really well, but frankly, I don't see the appeal to it. I don't like it. And I feel like it's one of those things where if they're going to change so much of the Batman origin, they may as well just create a new character. But again, we both know what it's like for them to try and create new stuff. So, yeah.
They want to sell toys. That's what
Hmm.
it is. Yeah. It's just I don't know. They're just really running out of ideas, and then they don't take risks into creating new figures or characters because they are too afraid that they don't sell. And they can write new stories that fits in modern um, society and time. I mean, I understand some of the characters they cannot write anything else, or because some of the stories are in its own time and on they can replicate it in modern area because of a lot of either political issues they can make fun of, or stuff like DEI and stuff. But just write new stuff.
I'm guessing it's a lot easier to say write new stuff than actually doing it.
Maybe the all the writers or the resourceful people are into other industry nowadays, whether it's a video game or movies. So there's no good writers for 'em.
Perhaps, perhaps. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, overall, it's still nice to see. We have a lot of celebration in terms of 30-year anniversary for a lot of IPs. Tomb Raider is one of them,
mm,
and I understand that for Comic Con they announced a nice collaboration between Tomb Raider and GI Joe. It's basically a Tomb Raider figure that basically is in the GI Joe universe, and I'm gonna show you what that would look like. And from what I understand was a lot of people online at first were saying that it looks bad, it doesn't look like the Tomb Raider, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, that figure still sold out within like 2 hours. So obviously there's a demand for it.
yeah,
Um, Pokemon is celebrating its 30th anniversary. That in itself is a gong show. The fact that a lot of people now are treating Pokemon cards as an investment. People normally can't get cards, and from what I understand, allocations for this 30th anniversary set is very badly handled. And I'd be very surprised that the scalpers would have pretty much buy up all the stock and leave the real collectors little to no stock. So that'll
yeah,
be interesting to see when it goes down in September.
yeah. We'll also have 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy X if people are interested into it. We also make a little short sessions about talking about it, and if people are interested, maybe you turn in and have a listen. I guess little self plug.
Of course, we did put out a Final Fantasy X and 10-2 review. Please go check that out. And yeah, it's a lot of things to look forward to what with the anniversary, but also at the same time, it just kind of confirms that we're getting old, and that's a fact.
Damn, uh, it's sad to hear.
Well, I mean, part of growing up is anticipating the next chapter, if you will, and
Yeah, the
yeah,
inevitable.
indeed. Well, what else is on the horizon for us?
Well, Horizon, but that will be a different episode, I guess.
Indeed, it will. Indeed, it will. Yeah, thanks for tuning in and listening to us kind of bring you up to speed. We're only halfway into the summer, so hopefully we do have some other things planned out and have some exciting new episodes for you to check out.
Awesome, awesome. Please subscribe and leave a like and maybe a comment about about your thoughts of the topics that we just discussed, and maybe you leave a suggestion.
Yeah. Thank you so much and talk to you soon.
All right, bye bye.